Hey YouTube. So in August, I picked up this Islander Supreme Class B RV, and I purchased it from a woman down in Point Roberts, Washington. And I live in Vancouver, Canada, so I had to do quite a bit of work getting the paperwork done and getting it inspected so I can have it registered here in BC. And I'm bringing it back home. As you can see, the conversion was done here in Langley, BC, and that was in 1991. This is a 1991 van, and I've been doing some work on it, just getting it exactly how I want it to live in full time or part time. Still haven't decided yet. I'm currently living in it part time out at the university on days that I have school, and so I'm just gonna go over some of the modifications I've done to the van to make it how I want to live in. So here is the passenger side of the vehicle. And the first thing I did was I tinted all the windows with 5% light conductance limo tint. And underneath that, I put Reflectex. And you can buy Reflectex, it's just aluminum bubble foil that they have in car windshields. You can buy rolls of it from a hardware store and just cut it for the size of all your windows. And what's nice about these windows, because they pop open, is you can just put the Reflectex in there and then close it on the Reflectex. So you don't need to fasten it in there with any kind of Velcro or magnets. And one feature that's nice about this van is the awning that it has that comes out. It comes out pretty far too. It's really nice in the summer. And let's just do some other, I'll show you some other stuff here. The thing I like the most about the Islander is this giant bed that it has over top the cab here. And this is very rare for Class B RVs. Typically you get a bed in the back there, but you have the dinette back there too. And the problem is when you're a student like me and you have a table that you're studying at, you got to take that down to make your bed every night. And what I really like about this is I just have that bed up there and I can just finish my homework and go straight to bed. I don't have to do any work because that just makes life more of a hassle. And part of the reason why I have this van, one of the nice features that came with this van when I bought it was this spare tire bike rack. And you can fit two bikes here. I'm just being kind of a hog right now and taking up both the spots with this one bike. But it's really convenient because I lock my bike up there, and then when I get to the university, I can just ride my bike to class. So here is the Reflectex that I've put on all the windows, and it's just held in by the window itself. So when I want to remove it, I can just open this up and pull it out. And that's great because sometimes you want to be able to see out this window, but I found that since I installed a backup camera on this vehicle, I don't need to do that anymore. So before we go into the back of the van, let's take a look at the cab. So one special feature of this van is the full blackout and thermal curtain that I installed here in the back. And my friend's mother actually helped me sew this. And I found the fabric at Value Village. I think it came from a front window of a giant yacht because it was enormous. And it just goes all the way down to the floor there, and it keeps all the light out. So when I'm in here at night, it just looks like a parked car. There's absolutely no light coming out from any of my windows or this front curtain at all. And it gives me some privacy. And I can crawl underneath it too if I want to come to the front, but generally I just come out through the back and in through the front doors. And this is the cab here. Just pretty standard captain's chairs, and I'll show you the backup camera here. So right here is the slot for it, and generally I leave it in the console here because I don't want it to get stolen because it's a pretty big screen. So I'm just going to take a second here to put it on the mount, and I'll turn it on and show you. So now I've got the screen on the mount, and I'll just turn on the car to show you what kind of view I get out the back. Right now I'm using a different bike than I normally use, so I don't have it on the bike rack exactly how I want it, and it does obstruct the camera view a bit, but I still get a pretty decent view from the back. So I'll just turn the ignition there, and then there I get my view from the back, and a car is about to pass by from the front there, and you can see it's pretty clear. I spent about $40 on the screen here, and I spent $27 on the backup camera, Canadian, and I'll show you that in the back there because it's very, very stealth. And yeah, let's go back there and I'll show you. So see if you can guess where the camera is here. I'll go down here and show you. So right there, behind the license plate and just at the top of it is the camera. And I'd searched on Amazon for quite a long time, and I found that this one is probably the most reliable one you can buy. So I'll put the link in the description for that one too if any of you are interested. I'll put the one for the monitor as well. So I'm up on the roof here, and I decided that I'm going to make this video just about the exterior of the van. And my next video will go into the interior, and we'll talk about the things that I've done in there as well. So one of the most important things I've done is I've put a Turnip-on tape around all the vents, and I've also recalked all the vents as well. And this is really important because you don't want to have any leaks ruining your RVs. I've had experience with Class C RVs, and they are just asking for a leak. They're begging for a leak, and I want to protect my investment here. So the vents have been recalked and also redone with the Turnip-on. And a Turnip-on's pretty expensive, but I found a good cheap seller on sale last year. And what this tape does is it creates a really watertight seal on your roof, and it doesn't crack or break like silicone caulking does. And this is good to put over top of whatever caulking you have around your vent itself. Just as an added layer of protection, you're not going to leak at all. And then I installed this vent cover here from Camco, and what I did was I also painted it white on the inside to make it opaque, because I just didn't want light coming through it, because it's a dead giveaway. And when where I park this thing, there's a lot of apartment buildings around where I live too, so they're going to look down and see the light on my roof. So I just want as much stealth as I can have. And the van came with 150 watts of solar panels. These are pretty old solar panels, but they're still working pretty good. And what I also started doing was installing flexible solar panels. So here I bought this flexible solar panel, 40 watt. Okay, I lied a little bit. I'm going to give you a tiny sneak peek here of the interior of my RV. I'm up on my bed right now up top, and there's a little view of the kitchen. So that's your teaser for now. And please like and subscribe, and stay tuned to my next video where I'm going to do a tour of the interior. Thanks.